Hello and welcome to Altman Z-Score Plus web application. My name is Srivatsa Das. I am the CEO of Business Compass LLC and the co-creator of Altman Z-Score Plus mobile, desktop, web and Bloomberg application. In addition, we have released web services for this application. We have collaborated with Dr. Ed Altman, Professor of Finance at Newark University's Leonard Stern School of Business and inventor of the famous G-series scores to develop this application. In addition to generating the G prime and G double prime scores for US public manufacturing firms, for US private manufacturing firms, and for US non-manufacturing and foreign firms, this app has made three significant enhancements. It ranks the company within and across the industry, estimates bond rating equivalent, predicts 1 to 10 years of default probability both for existing bonds and loans and for new bonds and loans. In a nutshell, this product offers insights beyond the traditional G-score. The benefits of this application are to analyze credit risk, spot investment opportunities, identify turnaround opportunities, monitor long-term solvency, mitigate supply chain risk, and many others. The key features are to analyze both private companies and public companies, to compare two or more public companies, to analyze trends, to scan for a list of companies, and the audience of this product are many within the financial sector. Let me familiarize you with the main menus. Analyze a company by entering data manually, analyze by entering quarterly data, analyze a score, upload a financial data file and process it, analyze a score file, analyze a company snapshot by entering a ticker symbol, compare two or more companies, scan based on multiple criteria, and click on Dow 30 to see the scores and bond ratings, etc. for the industrial companies within the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So now let me take you to ticker. Here you enter a ticker symbol and you hit submit, and that gives the G score, G double prime score, percentile within metal sector, percentile across all manufacturing sectors, bond rating equivalent, and then there are two tables below that. One is for existing bonds and loans, 1 to 10 years of cumulative default probability. This is for the new bonds and loan cumulative default probability. Then there is a comparison of G and G double prime scores, and the gauge indicating the long-term solvency risk. So here we see the 3 years of data, and so 2010-11 and 3 quarters of 2012 and Q1 2013. You can export the data into a spreadsheet. You can print in a printer-friendly format. You can email to yourself or others as you please, and you can also generate a PDF. So now let me take you to compare. Here we enter ticker symbols for two or more companies separated by comma. To know the US listed companies, you click on this. Canada listed company, click on this. So let's see the comparison. We see the scores, we see the percentile ranking, bond rating equivalent, and then the default probability of both companies, both for existing bonds and loans, for new bonds and loans, and then the comparison of the G and G double prime scores for both the companies, and the long-term solvency of both the companies. Then scanner. Scanner lets you to scan for companies based on market capital, based on G series scores, G double prime, based on percentile ranking within or across the industry, based on bond rating equivalent, based on default probability, based on the SIC code, special industry classification code, and you can also select based on the industry, whether it's manufacturing, non-manufacturing, and even based on the country. So let me take a look at the SIC code. So let's look for the metal and mining companies. So here we have a list of companies, the scores, bond rating equivalent, percentile ranking, default probabilities. We click on the company ticker symbol. That gives us the 3 years of historical data, as we have seen when we looked at ticker. So now let's go to the Dow 30. What it gives a list of Dow Jones Industrial Average components, which are industrials, and then we click on a ticker symbol that gives us similar output to what we have seen earlier in the ticker page. Okay, so we covered the ones that content data, both the public companies, US and Canada listed companies. We looked at ticker, we looked at compare, scanner, and Dow 30. Now let's take a look at the manual inputs. So here on analyze, you can select whether the company is a public company, private company, whether it's a manufacturing company, non-manufacturing company, it's a US company or a foreign company, whether we want to enter a single data set or multiple data sets. That means for 3 data sets. So let's take a look at the single data set. What we have here is we enter the data, we enter the selected the industry from the drop down, then enter the current assets, liabilities, return earning, earnings before interest and taxes, sales, book value of liabilities, shares outstanding, share price, total assets, intangibles. If intangibles is not available, the score should be calculated based on total assets. If intangibles is available and supplied, then the score should be calculated based on net tangible assets. So the sales and EBIT are for the last 12 months. Here is a help button that tells you what the definition is, and the rest are balance sheet items, they are snapshot items. In case you have the net working capital, just enter that into the current assets and enter 0 in the total liabilities. And here all the units except the share price, they can be in the same units, they can be in thousands, millions, or billions. So now after you enter the data, let's hit submit. Here we see the analysis, here the Z-score, percentile ranking, bond rating equivalent, existing bond loan PD, new bond loan PD, and at the bottom there is a gauge that indicates the long-term solvency and default probability of the company. And now let me go back and we shall look at a US private manufacturing company. In this case, we have entered the data. Let's take a look at the return earnings. It's 0, EBIT is negative. That is possible. Negative net working capital is also possible. Since this is a private firm, stock is not trading, so we consider the book value of equities instead of the market value of the equities. So now, similar to what we have seen earlier, the application calculates the G prime score, and here the bond rating equivalent, and then there are the probability of default and the gauge as well as the default probability graph. Let's take a look at a foreign public manufacturing company. Here we enter the data. So as you notice, there is no sales figure, so the asset turnover, sales turnover is not really taken into consideration. It's a 4 variable formula. So now here is the output what you have seen before. So you can actually enter 3 years of data manually. Here if you say multiple data sets, it will just present you a form where you can actually enter more than 1 year of data. Similarly, if you have quarterly data and you want to enter the quarterly data, that is also possible. All we are asking for is the EBIT and the sales just to enter for the last 4 quarters. Similarly, if you have a score, you can analyze a score, enter the score, say whether it's a public company, private company, manufacturing, non-manufacturing, US or foreign, and select the industry from the drop down. And then we see the scores which we already supplied: bond rating equivalent, percentile ranking, then default probabilities, and the graphs. We can analyze a financial file. A lot of times you might be dealing with spreadsheets. You can save the spreadsheet as a CSV, and you can actually upload the CSV, and this one actually accepts the data in a certain format. So let me enter one here. Okay, we entered that and hit submit. And here is the output after we enter the data. So here we see the outputs of uploading and processing a data file. Similarly, we can upload and process a score file. And we say whether it has header or not, and then the application actually processes. So as we see, this application offers you insights beyond the traditional Z-score by offering the bond rating equivalent and default probability, and it has data integration with it. And if you would like to integrate your corporate systems, we have web services available that can integrate to the system seamlessly. And here we have a primer that explains how we have gone about in calculating the scores, bond rating equivalent, default probability, and especially the use of probability of default and how we have derived. And here a little bit of bio about Professor Altman, and here some of our testimonials and the list of products. And then if you would like to purchase, a lot of your questions might be addressed by looking at the FAQ, and we have plenty of videos that will help you to understand what the application does. And there is some of the news items about us, and to contact, please hit contact us. So we just covered the web application, but I would like to thank you very much for taking your valuable time from your busy schedule to learn about Altman Z-Score Plus. I would invite you to pose any questions that you may have through email to us or by calling us, and it will be really nice if you try this product. Again, our website address is altmanzscoreplus.com, and our product is Altman Z-Score Plus. Thank you very much. You have a great day.